Well, hey, it's Rhonda Simmons one more time, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Simmons Empowerment Foundation. But as always, you knew that. Just wanted to hop on right quick and say hey, and to give you some very important information about some upcoming deadlines. So, I've been talking to you for a few weeks now about my coaching program called Dear Future Me, the coaching program. And I just wanted to just answer some questions and give you some information that you may have missed in other live videos that I gave. So, the reason I created the Dear Future Me program is because, um, number one, I'm an educator by profession, and I've taught English language arts from fourth grade to eighth grade. I've been an assistant principal for 6 years. I've been a direct instruction manager for a year. I'm in education. I'm neck deep in it. And the reason I created this program is because I realized that there's an entire population, or should I say, subpopulation of students um, whose needs are not always being met, not through anyone's malicious intentionality, but simply because the numbers don't add up. For example, you have high schools with a few thousand students in it, and you have about five school counselors. Those school counselors are wonderful. They are trained, they are certified, they are awesome. Shout out to all the school counselors out there. But five school counselors to 2,000 students, it just doesn't add up. The ratio doesn't work. Now, I understand that not all students need that extra support. You have many students who are doing well, who are doing successfully in school. They're, A, B students, even C if they can't help it. They're doing well. They have the support at home. But then you have a huge number of students who are identified as being at risk for high school dropout. And let me just share with you right quick that term at risk is an educational term. And what that word means is that at some point in that student's educational career, they could have been either retained in a grade, even if they were retained in first grade, that stays on their educational record until they graduate from high school. So even if they're a straight A student, if they were left behind for any reason, that's permanently on their educational record. If they were in the foster care system, and this is Foster Care Awareness Month, if a student was in the foster care system, they're considered at risk for high school dropout. If the student is pregnant or has children already or has a parent who's incarcerated, they're considered at risk for high school dropout. There are so many different criteria from state to state that determines whether a student is considered to be at risk for high school dropout. But what is being done? Those flags, or as we call them, indicators, are there. What's being done to help them ensure that they make it across the graduation finish line and start off on the right footing into adulthood? It's so important that we reach out to this subpopulation of students to help them along the way. And so I'm bringing almost 15 years experience in education to help reach these teenagers. And my Dear Future Me, the coaching program, is set to improve college and career readiness for those at risk students ages 15 through 21. Believe it or not, in my state, a student can be in school as late as 21 years old. So for those teenagers ages 15 through 21 who are identified as being at risk, my program is for them. Now, the straight A students, it's not that they're not welcome, but they have what they need to be successful. And so my program is specifically for those at risk students because I want to help. Here's the thing, when you join my program, there are several things that you get, and I just want to share it with you so that you'll know about my program. So, it's sponsored, of course, by the Simmons Empowerment Foundation. I've already told you about my credentials, but I want to tell you about the program objectives. By the end of this 8-week program, students will learn those life skills that they may not learn anywhere else. They learn accountability, follow through, the power of daily habits and routines. These are things that they need to know if they go on to college, if they go on to a vocational school, if they go in the military, or if they get a job. They need to know how these skills will benefit them in the future. And so my program helps to teach those skills through to them. They'll know that they've learned those skills when they can create a digital vision board that helps with goal setting, when they can create an actionable plan based on Kaizen principles. And I'll be able to explain to them once they're enrolled what Kaizen is. It's a powerful tool that will help them in their day to day goal setting. Also, they'll be able to conduct peer interviews because my program is highly interactive. It's not just a one and done, it's not, a do it yourself course. It is what we call a high touch interaction where they get to interact with other students in the program. They get to interact with me on a weekly basis. And so they conduct peer interviews with their accountability partners because our young people today, they don't know how to conduct themselves properly in an interview. And so I'm here to help them with that. And so, in addition to all of this, they also get an empowerment journal from our program. They get a 7-day visualization journal that really breaks down their goals into bite sized, manageable, achievable pieces so that they can be successful. They get weekly live, not pre recorded, weekly live virtual group coaching sessions with me. By the way, I am also a master certified professional coach. They get access to discussion boards where they'll need to respond to discussion board prompts. That prepares them for what college is going to be like. You and I both know if you've been to college, there are discussion boards. There's always something to discuss to help them to think better. They get a lot of interaction with other students in the group so that they can be successful. So it's highly interactive, it's highly engaging for the students. They'll never be bored. And they have that accountability piece because they'll be meeting with me as a group weekly and virtually. And so here's the thing, the enrollment period is closing Monday, May 15th. You need to get your students enrolled ASAP. Let me say that again. Um, Monday, May 15th is the deadline to enroll your students. It is an 8-week program, and the next program starts on Monday, May the 22nd. So the deadline again to enroll is Monday, May the 15th. Make sure that you click the link around this video to schedule a free consultation with me. It'll take you directly to my calendar so that you can schedule that call with me sometime between now and Monday, May the 15th. You don't want to miss this opportunity. And so, again, as I mentioned, it is an 8-week program. And let me just go back and give you some more details because our program methodology follows a specific path. So, in week one, they go through a process of self discovery and identifying their Spark team, or that's another name for accountability partners within the student cohort. Then they, in week two, they work on visualization and an introduction to goal setting. This is so powerful because they've got to be able to get a mental picture of who they want to be. Thus, the name of the program, Dear Future Me. Then in week three, we take a deeper dive into goal setting and motivation and how they can use those tools for their benefit. Week four, we work on how to make goals SMART. And many of us adults, we understand that acronym SMART being specific, measurable, attainable, um, reasonable, and then timely. And then they get an introduction to Kaizen. And so it's real important that they stick with the program the entire 8 weeks because you don't want to miss a single opportunity for your teenagers to gain the knowledge that they need. In week 5, we'll discuss daily planning and applying those Kaizen principles to their daily planning. Week 6, we get into Spark Team interview collaboration. This is more than just, hello, my name is. They get to go through the steps of being the interviewee and the interviewer. And so we'll walk them through that. And then week 7, they have their peer interviews. Yes, it's all 100% virtual, and they'll need to be dressed appropriately for an interview, even virtually. They need to understand that whenever they do an interview, they are representing themselves and they're creating those first impressions that are lasting. And then finally, in week 8, we have a wrap up and self evaluation. And by the end of these 8 weeks, again, students will either have a job, be enrolled in college or vocational school, or looking at the military, if they're old enough for that. They will have some direction for their lives at the end of the 8 weeks. The reason why I can't specifically say that all attendees will be in college is because you and I both know that college is great, but may not be for every student. And so the program gives each student, each participant, the opportunity to tailor the outcomes for what best fit them. And so it's important that you get them enrolled. Again, enrollment closes Monday, May 15th. You don't want to miss this opportunity. And here's the thing, I'm only accepting 15 enrollees. And so it's important that you get on the bandwagon. You have 5 days to make sure that your student is enrolled. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be a wonderful time. 5 days. May 15th, this coming Monday, is the deadline to enroll. I want to help your teenager. I want to be a part of the solution. I want to work alongside you because I know that you want what's best for your teenager. Your only goal in life where they are concerned is that they are happy, they are successful, and that they have what they need to create the lives that they want to have. And so I know you want the best for them. So give me a call. Click the link around this video so that we can get you all set up for this upcoming Dear Future Me, the coaching program. It starts May the 22nd. That's a Monday. It is for 8 weeks. And the closing for the enrollment period is this Monday, May 15th. You have 5 days. So the question is, what are you going to do? I'll be waiting for your call. Click the link above.